There he is.
Sup, MP?
We know MP came ready to play.
Here comes trouble.
For more information before you leave today, to get your season tickets are now accepting deposits. Be here for all the action next season. Check out section information at the closest ticket booth to book your next Trailblazers game. And don't forget about our follow-up giveaway. From the game, great for Trail Camp following. Trailblazers Yo-Yos will be dropping for fans under age 12 after our next game. Help us string together a great atmosphere.
Look at the Trailblazers, focused as they walked into the locker room. Welcome all. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Jordan Clarkson.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
So here are the Jazz starting five. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. George and Sexton in the backcourt. And it's Collins in at the small forward position. And for Portland, Simons at the 2 with Avdia at the 3. Then it's Williams, then there's Scoot Henderson, and it's Kamare in at the 4. And MP said he wanted to outplay every player in his rookie class. Easy to say, much harder to do.
The MP sees the rookie reports, and he really studies them. And so far this season, he hasn't been on the top of those lists. That's becoming an extra bit of fire to motivate MP to get the better of his peer group.
Hey, Doris, at what point in the year are coaching staffs really starting to optimize their rosters?
Well, I think one of the fascinating things is after about 20 games, what teams do analytically is they're going to evaluate what are their best 2-man, 3-man, 4-man, and 5-man units. What are their plus minuses? What combinations work and don't work together? The fascinating piece is over the grind of an NBA season, there's always challenges. An injury that's poorly timed, or perhaps a trade at the deadline. So many things go into optimizing your roster.
Now here's Collins. His last outing, he had 24 points. Pass to Kessler. Avdia with a steal. There's the drive. Outside for Henderson. Simons with it. And he dunks it down.
I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Here's George. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Collins right side. Takes a 3. They get the rebound. Kessler passes to George. Collins a screen. Just 5 on the clock. He's He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Typically, you see John Collins work the mid-range at some point. He's dialed in right there.
It's Williams, high post. And a missed layup. For Utah, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Collins, puts the move on, and he lays it in.
Well, that's an example of using both vision and playmaking ability to find the open teammate. Sexton is a quality floor general.
Now here's Henderson. 17 points in his last outing. Pass to Avdia. Henderson outside. Fires for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
Yeah, maybe outside Henderson's range, but the confidence showing through, and the defense not ready for him to shoot from that far out.
George against Henderson. Right wing. Avdia with a steal. Henderson outside. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line.
Defensive foul.
Portland shooting their first foul shot of the night.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 1. Henderson.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the Blazers with the draft night trade for two-way wing Denny Avdia, a young but established player on a value contract. Portland's added a guy who should help them win now and down the line. Guys, it appears Avdia is going to be a pretty seamless fit for Portland.
All right, Shams, thank you. Clock is at 3. Collins inside. Williams defending. Collins, no good.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Simons against Sexton. Sexton comes with a double team. There's Simons with a 3. No good that time. The Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Collins with a screen on Simons. Collins passes to Collins. And stolen by Williams. Here's Simons. And he jams it home with authority.
And using that speed right there. It's what makes Simons hard to stop in transition.
Jazz trail by 4. And here's George. No points so far. Collins outside. They need this. And he drives in. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Kessler. Collins, left side. Pass to Kessler. It's stolen by Henderson. He goes up. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Yeah, just a stunning play by Henderson, speeding away all on his own.
George passes to Sexton. Avdia against Collins. Kicks it to George. Up top, Collins. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point land. Knocks it loose. And the ball out of play. The Trailblazers will have it. DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. And a switch here also for Utah. Clarkson's checked in for Collins. Portland leading by 5. Pass to Williams. Henderson outside. Three-pointer. Connects from downtown. Henderson. Changes here for Portland. Kamara, he's checked in for Williams. Jeremy Grant comes in for Henderson. And it's Ben in for Simons. Here's Portland now. They're on an 18-7 run. Avdia passes to Ben. Avdia screen on Sexton. Shoots from 12. Benton can't get it to go.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Collins passes to Martin. Grant with a steal. Here's Kamari. No made baskets yet.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
So he gets them both. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their 2nd title comes soon.
Now here's Collins. He has a clear impact on this offense, putting up over 19 a game. 5 to shoot. Martin finds Clarkson. Puts up a 3. The offensive rebound. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Collins against Grant. No one near him. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And an emphatic jam on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Portland has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Pass to Aiden. Now here's Grant, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Collins against Grant. Martin with a screen on Grant. Oh, there's the alley! Stolen by Ayton. Grant with it, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. Here's Avdia. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam!
Well, Avdia has some size, and he uses it to get up and around the rim. What a finish.
Here's Collins. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Man, good whistle there.
He's made one and missed one so far at the line. And the Blazers making a change here. Thibault's checked in. And Utah with a change here, too. Sensabaugh's checked in.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Collins. Martin with a screen on Thibault. Here's Collins. And Ayton pulls it down.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
And Grant gets it to go.
Very good awareness from Grant. Just the ability to catch and shoot. So important to his growth.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Collins against Thibault. Martin with a screen on Thibault. Here's Collins. Here he goes. And it's blocked by Thibault. Now the Blazers moving it up. 4-3. Here's Kamari. The putback. He knocks it down. Indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to make sure the right call was made.
And so it's Portland with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
Well, you have to look at the advantage they have in the turnover department. I mean, that's a huge advantage for them in this game.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
We've got Jeremy Grant, Delano Banton out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamare in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Pass to Ayton. Back to Banton. Here's Kamare. To the paint. And he parries his first look.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
There's a screen. Collins outside. Pass to Sensabaugh. Collins a screen for 3. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Grant outside. Beyond the arc. And the 3-pointer goes.
Well, Grant is going to have to expand his range. And how about the confidence on that jumper?
Collins outside. Martin a screen. Collins against Thybulle. Martin with a screen on Thybulle. Collins passes to Martin. Thybulle with it. Picked up by Collins. Shot from 12. Second chance effort. Ayton. And that one drops for him. And now it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
This guy, a relentless force on the glass. DeAndre Ayton going to work and getting the putback.
Here's Collins. And it's blocked by Thybulle. Pass to Banton. Grant outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Of course, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform, you think?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Ayton draws the double. Back to Thybulle. Clock at 6. Pass to Grant. Outside Thybulle. The 3-ball. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Jazz trail by 12. Collins left side. Connecting there, but only 2 for 10 from the field.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Ayton. Grant outside. The 3 is up. The rebound by the Jazz. This is the first time they've seen Portland this season.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end. Really looking for some improvement here.
Collins against Grant. Here's Hendricks. Oh, rejected by Ayton.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Pass to Banton. Ayton with a screen. Fires from deep. Patton can't get it to go.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Thibault against Collins. Back to Clarkson. Now Collins. Launches a three. Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Blazers will retain possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Rupert, he's checked in for Kamara. Juzang, he's checked in for... Change here for Portland. Different look here for Utah. Sexton finds Collins. Kessler a screen. The three is up. Offensive board. Avdia with a steal. Now the Blazers on the move. That one goes. Count it. Henderson's got 16 points.
When everything clicks for Henderson, you're going to see a lot of nights like this.
The baseline J is on the way. Collins, no good.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Avdia from outside. And he gets it back. And he battles for the ball, gets his second chance bucket. Avdia's got his second basket of the night.
Well, close range looks, highly coveted. Avdia is all about it.
Collins with a screen on Avdia. Collins outside. Utah with another miss.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
And it's Simons missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
That won't go either for Collins. Avdia with it. Picked up by Collins. Out to Simons. Lets it go from deep. Utah with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
And finished off by Kessler.
Exactly what Kessler does off every miss. Go pursue the basketball and get the opportunity for a second chance.
Simons with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Utah shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And so he makes both from the line. Doris, when we talk about home court advantages, the Jazz have amongst the best.
They do, BA. You have to play at altitude. They're also a little bit isolated as well, so travel is hard. Let me tell you this, their fan base is loud. L-O-U-D.
Let's hear it for you.
Williams passes to Simons. Here's Kamari. Left side Williams. Up top Avdia. Lets it go. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
Avdia showing you his catch and shoot skills.
Jazz trail by 11. Pass to Simons. Back to Avdia. Henderson with it.
2 minutes remaining.
Avdia screen on George. Henderson for 3. And And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
For 3, Collins sends it home from three-point land. Collins has got 7 now in this quarter.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Henderson, the pass to Williams. Stolen by Kessler. Collins outside. Takes the 3. They get it again. Outside for Sexton. Three-pointer. That shot off. Nice D from Avdia.
Risky strategy here. I mean, shifting their offense more to the outside. We'll see.
Pass to Kamari. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by George. George has got 4 rebounds now. Avdia against Collins. Kessler, a screen on Avdia. Here's Collins. Now Kessler. Kicks it out to Collins. The 3 hits the trifecta. Collins has got 15.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Outside, Williams. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Kessler. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
At the line for 2, Robert Williams.
Good on the second one. Jazz trail by 9. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Collins against Avdia. Collins passes to Collins. Collins with a screen on Avdia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collins with another miss. Got it up. The shot no good. And so it's Portland with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their defense has forced a number of key turnovers, giving them a clear advantage on possessions. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're measuring up the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
I think about when I was coming up, the emphasis on protecting the ball. It's not always demanded of guys now.
That's been the... And during that first half of... Thanks for tuning in.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Scoot Henderson. What a contribution.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half. Very disruptive at the defensive end.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
So the Jazz 5 right now. George and Sexton in the backcourt. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Collins in at the 3 slot. And it's Simons with the ball for Portland. They've led by as many as 14. Next game, they'll get to take on the Lakers in Los Angeles. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Nails it from beyond the arc. Simons has got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, such an assertive shooter. Simons has his feet planted and just hits it.
Collins goes in.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Trailblazers lead by 10. To the right side. Off the outside. Another one falls for Portland.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Collins, no good.
Boy, as slow a start as you can have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Pass to Henderson. Williams a screen on George. Here's Henderson. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
Collins with it. Guarded now by Williams. Collins passes to Kessler. Collins outside. Kessler a screen on Avdia. For 3, Collins. Utah with another miss.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
And Williams punches it home.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession. Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both shots. And Utah calls time here. You look at Scoot Henderson. What a contribution.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
Avdia against Collins. To stop the drought. Nice D from Avdia.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
There's Simons with a 3. Portland, no good that time either.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
And here's Collins for 3. Williams grabs the board.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Henderson, the pass to Avdia. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Jazz trail by 20. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Blocked!
Great timing, contesting that. Send it back, young sir.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Launches it. Doesn't go for him. And for the Jazz, they're shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. Collins with another miss.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
And it's blocked by Kessler.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And Utah calls time here. Here's George, still without a bucket. And here's Collins for 3. Kept alive, Kessler. And the layup is good off the glass.
We are talking 7 foot, 245 pounds. You better be able to finish it, Mr. Kessler.
Henderson scanning the floor. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Kamari. Here's Avdia. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Avdia's got 12. And And so George will bring it up for Utah. When this one's in the books, they'll be off to Sacramento, taking on the Kings. For three, Collins. Rebounded by Kamari. Kamari's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now Henderson. Pass to Kamari. Simons with it. Henderson outside. 5 on the clock. Shoots. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Sexton. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
I love to see point guards rebound the basketball. Sexton has the kind of vertical to allow him to keep possessions alive.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Simons outside. Williams with the screen. Simons, that one's good. He's got 15.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. Banton comes in for Henderson. Hendricks is checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for George. Here's Banton going inside to the left side wing. Here's Kamari. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Collins right side. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
Over the last 10 games, he's been on an absolute tear, finding all kinds of ways to be a thorn in the opposition side, just working on offense and getting the looks he wants out there. And when you look at this second half, missed free throws stick out. It's hard to keep pace that way. Here in the second half, they've really gone cold from the line, and it's hurting their chances.
Oh, Kessler with the block. Oh, and the jam by Ayton. The Jazz shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Get in there.
Here's Sexton, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Matisse Thybulle. Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Doris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end.
Jeremy Grant out there with Murray. Then it's Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Delano Banton. And it's Ayton in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. For 3, Collins. Utah with another miss.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Grant, the pass to Aiden. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And we're starting to see some big contracts for NBA head coaches, Doris.
Well, B.A., whether we are talking about player contracts or coaches' contracts, the cost of business is the cost of business. And coaches, to me, earn every penny. Because what happens when teams underperform? The first fall guy is typically that head coach. I have zero problems with the salaries.
Rupert, he's checked in for Thibault.
Number 21, Ryan Rupert.
The Trailblazers have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Then passes to Aiden. From downtown, Utah grabs the miss.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
To the middle. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler. And that's a double-double for him now.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Ayton, a screen on George. Here's the three. He buries it from three. And he's got 11 points here in the second half.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Kessler, a screen on Grant. For three, Collins. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Here's Rupert. Again, the Trailblazers good for two. And so it's Collins who brings up the ball for Utah. Collins passes to Collins. Distance.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Portland has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. Ayton, a screen on George. Here's Benton. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Grant from the arc. Kessler with a rebound.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And here's Collins for 3. They get it back. Outside for Sexton. Collins against Grant. Kessler a screen. For 3, Collins. That won't go either for Collins.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3 ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Grant finds Murray, and he makes it on the layup.
When Jeremy Grant is dishing out an assist, that is a great sign for this team.
The Jazz shooting just 38% here in the fourth. George passes to Collins. Well, Doris, there's no doubt who the face of the NBA has been for a while now. Who might that be in 10 years, though?
This is such an intriguing question to me, Brian, because some of the guys that come immediately to mind, Luka, he's been a presence on that first-team All-NBA almost since the onset of his career. Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren are now 7-footers who are multidimensional. One guy that I don't think is talked about enough is Anthony Edwards. Highly skilled, highly charismatic.
Collins against Grant. The 3. That won't go either for Collins.
Trying to end this thing with some big threes, but the accuracy just isn't there tonight.
Here's Ayton. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor.
Klingon, he's checked in for Portland. Thibault comes in for Rupert.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Here's Benton. Oh, George with a steal. Collins outside. And another miss by Utah.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
2 minutes.
And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Collins with another miss.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Grant outside. Pass to Klingon. Over Kessler. And the Blazers getting another bucket right there.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Trailblazers.
Check out their assist numbers.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And propelling them to a solid win, it was a night of big plays for DeAndre Ayton.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Utah with another miss. Now Portland with it. They're on a 17-3 run. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Benton. Pass to Ayton. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And here's Collins for 3. Knocks down the long J. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily.
Huge moment on the show today as I am ready to unveil.
Season's not over. Plenty of time left. Hey, it's just one loss. You let these guys like the baby, and you're going to stand there and watch it. What's up, MP?